Hey guys, Ken97 still 171 back on ATS video here. We are right where we left off, raining and dark, which is gonna suck. Um, we got our fresh break. I doubt that we can make it all the way to the end, especially given the bad weather, at least for right now. Never did show you where we're going. I think I mentioned it, but so we are basically running across Wyoming. Gonna run into Salt Lake City and then run up 84. We'll be on the interstate for all the way to the end though. So I just don't know what the speed limits are here. It looks kind of twisty and windy. I'm guessing it's going to be lower speed limits. But from here across, we're on 80, and then 80 should be pretty good speeds all the way across. So maybe we'll do okay. I don't know, but I just have a suspicion up through here as we go across the Rocky Mountains here, that it's going to be slower. At some point, we have to go up and over the Rockies. We're still east of the Rockies. Um, well, we might be because there's Denver. The Rockies are probably right in here somewhere. So we're about to go over the Rockies right through here. So this is probably going to be the slowest section. Um, and then maybe from here over it'll be more flat plains. I guess we'll find out. All right, guys, let's get to it. Get her done. Where the fuck is the exit? Not over there. Oh, there it was behind us. That was stupid. Part of me almost prefers just using the mouse.
Finding a new route.
No, we got to go this way. Interesting. The speed limit just said 80 for a minute there. Now it says 75. Wow, that was cool. Lightning bolt. Yeah, so I think maybe you have the same ideas that I mentioned before, is that um, build another one of these with a low roof, put the 12.7-liter engine in it, and put the 14-liter back in this one. You know, paint it differently or something. We got about 6 hours of this darkness. We're probably just gonna go the speed limit, guys. Maybe not. Oh my God, really, dude? That kind of shit happened all the time. I really do enjoy the head tracking, but part of me kind of just liked it the way I had it, where I could be steering with my left hand and use the mouse to look around and then click the left mouse button to recenter. I don't know. Part of me just kind of
Keep left.
preferred that. Just I'm just not getting the performance out of the head tracking that I've seen other YouTubers get. Every one of them that I've seen is like, this works great, and they show the videos out of it, and it's super smooth. And I've copied their settings exactly in eye tracker and in OpenTrack, which is what interpolates eye tracker into the game. So I just wonder, is it a hardware problem? Is it a All of them that I've seen have their camera mounted a little farther away than I have it. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Might be able to try to rig something up a little differently. But ultimately, I'd like to move this entire setup to a tabletop. That was a little scary right there. I don't know if the game does snow. I don't think it does. Okay, guys. It's a little... Actually, a little bit of anxiety ridden there on the curves. Like, is that guy gonna merge on or merge off? Merge on at the last fucking minute.
Keep left. Keep left.
I wonder why it's telling me to keep left. There's not really an exit. I mean, there is, but it's not like a highway choice. Ah. See what it sounds like going through a tunnel. There was some change. Yeah, those are two YouTube channels I mentioned to you, Scrappy Industries and Calamity Kim. Definitely recommend watching those. Calamity Kim was great. Just watching what they do in the UK with heavy haul, it's insane. They use completely different equipment. Their axle weights are a lot higher than ours, but in the UK they also don't really have a height limit. Their bridges are a lot higher than ours, whereas we're normally 13.6. Um, Theirs, if there's no label on a bridge, then it's over some amount. If it's labeled, then it's 14 feet or below, or whatever their equivalent is. Maybe it was 16 feet and below. Anyway, regardless, their bridges are way higher than ours, and their weight limits on their axles are higher. So they use fewer axles, but they all turn. They don't use low boys. They use most of them just use drop decks. Um, she in particular does use a type of a low boy, but it's not actually a low boy. Steerable axles, hydraulically liftable axles. All the axles on the trailer steer all of them, even on the dolly in between the trailer. They all steer. They all can be lifted and lowered. Well, it's really annoying. It's trying to maintain the distance between me and the truck in front there, and it's just on and off the throttle because it can't make up its mind. Cars hate when we do that. Well, I'm going to get back over because we're climbing. I don't have the power to go around that guy. And then where I would be able to pass him because I have the speed, there's a car next to me. Speed limit went up to 80. I really like the digital speedo there and the digital readout on what the cruise control is set to. That is so handy. Those are things you use all day when you're doing highway stuff. Not just accelerate till the needle is at the right speed and hit set. You know, it's so much easier to set it to a specific number and let the truck work it out. Weird how the speed went from 80 to 75. Yeah, so I want to think about some of the other stuff I want to do. Yeah, we're going to skip it. I haven't been doing anything to us lately, so.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
This will be just north of Salt Lake City. We're going to get on I-84. Take a look at the sky up there, guys. Pretty cool. Milky Way. Jumped behind him a little too soon, and it set off the automatic brake. Yeah, so we need to. We've done quite a few long hauls, and I think what I need to do is finish this one up, obviously, and let's take some of the trucks that we've built already, or the more recent ones, maybe the cab overs, and maybe put some interesting engines in them. Now that I have the Cummins, I have several other engine options available now from Z Mods. See if there's some more powerful engine options available in those other cab overs, the International and the FLD, and maybe do some heavy haul work or something interesting. Are you kidding me? Why in the fuck would it reduce to one lane? That is the most weird fucking thing ever. Okay, guys. Now we're just north of. Well, let's pull in.
Keep left.
We're in the right lane for this one. What are you doing? Go, you fucking moron.
Okay, let's find a new route. Keep left.
Oh my god. The frustrating parts of being a trucker. Like, come on, people, let's go. Move. What are you doing? You're going 60. We're going to be on 84 all the way, basically. Part of me wanted to stop at a workshop and a repair shop there
Keep
and
left.
put that 14-liter engine back in here. But let's just complete the journey as is, and we'll do that later. Yeah, I don't know whether we're going to be going over the Rockies or the mountains are that way. I don't know. And I went back and watched one of my other videos with the Green Legacy W900, and it is interesting how long nose, harder to turn, harder to maneuver, but the boy, look at the sunrise from the distance over there. How everything turned golden because the sun's right over there. Um, you know, in the previous video, how we tried to back away from the steering wheel to get the mirrors in view, and on the W900 they just are. The mirrors are out there to the left in front of you with about the same distance to the steering wheel. And keep looking to the right, even though the digital mirror is up there. And I say that's the one thing I don't really like about this truck is you got to look pretty far left to see the mirrors, which in real life you would not. That's not realistic. That much of a glance, you wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to turn your head that much to see that mirror. It would just be in your field of view. You might have to avert your eyes a little bit. So in that way, this game is not realistic as far as its field of view, and it really can't be because TVs are the way they are. You would really need like a 3-monitor setup, which I've thought about, like pick up if I move to a room and not use my main TV for the game. I can maybe pick up 3, 4K, I don't know, 40-inch screens or 32-inch screens or something smaller because I'll be sitting closer to them. But I don't know that my video card will drive 3 monitors or even how you set that up in the game. All trucks, right lane. I guess we're going to be climbing the mountains. Way station. Oh well. Fuck off. Kind of in the mood to just get this delivery done today, guys. The long haul stuff is kind of fun. And I haven't been to the West Coast in the game for a while. But the shorter haul, more interesting cargoes in some ways are more interesting. And they make for shorter videos for you guys, although, I don't know, nobody ever comments except my friend who watches my videos. So I don't even know if anybody's even watching or if it's just bots. I always get 30 or 40 views on the videos, but nobody seems to ever comment except for my friend and a couple others. So yeah, I mean, this 500 horsepower engine hauls freight just fine. It has its annoyances. Oh, fuck, we're behind this. By the way, for all my friends who don't know about the U.S., Idaho is where a lot of our potatoes come from. We should be able to get there about 3 or 4 p.m. I just don't know whether we have enough drive time left. Probably we don't. This will be one of the longer trips I've done. Why are you in the left lane? And then he's gonna fucking cut me off. Fuck. Always the fucking RVs. They do a lot of dumb shit. Not that a lot of truck drivers don't do dumb shit too, but you've got basically non-CDL holders driving large vehicles that he should never have been in the left lane in the first place because he wasn't passing anybody. And really, the truck driver shouldn't have been either. Yeah, 80 miles an hour might be a little much for this road. So this thing, I mean, we definitely have enough fuel to get all the way to the destination, which means that the fuel tanks on this truck will take us over 2,000 miles. That's pretty impressive. I don't have realistic fuel consumption turned on, though. That's something I ought to think about. Don't know how that affects things. You know, or when it's not turned on, does it just use some average fuel consumption number and it knows how many gallons of fuel the truck carries because it does have a fuel tank, you know, it does know the fuel tank size. So it would just do the math. But, you know, give your range based on that. Say it picks 6 miles per gallon and it knows there are 300-gallon fuel tanks. You just see if I go 85.
Keep left.
You know, does the fuel consumption factor in that I've got the, you know, I'm pushing full power going 85 miles an hour? Or is it just looking at miles, gallons, known gallons, known miles, with an average fuel consumption number? I certainly have noticed that trucks that have smaller fuel tanks, you know, that your fuel gauge moves more rapidly. Welcome to Oregon. It was 360 something miles there, mile marker, and we got 360 miles to go. And we might be able to make it to our destination. If you look at the little eye, it's only starting to turn red at the bottom. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Why did you do that? Trip distance. So we have to go to right here. It'd be nice if it had trip distance, and right here it had, like, you know, miles to sleep time. Place to sleep, 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 place to sleep. So we got, you know, we got pretty we can't sleep at the destination, but we can always come back to this one if we needed to sleep. So just a question of, you know, what does this look like speed wise? It may be slow, in which case we'll just have to stop, finish it. We'll probably just take a break and then continue the delivery on the same video. Oh my God. Go, people. Look at the mountains over there, though. That's cool. We would definitely get a ticket if we went by him in real life. Surprised the speed limit's 65. '70s truck 65. I mean, and really, you go to the trouble to put up a sign at every speed limit sign with only a 5 mile an hour differential between truck and regular cars. You say you have a differential speed of practically nothing and spend millions of dollars to put up extra signs for a 5 mile an hour difference between speed limits. It's fucking stupid. And it was a bit of an extreme curve at 80. This next one coming up here is even more. So let's back it down to a more reasonable speed. That says 55 even. Maybe just turn off the cruise control and use my foot. I don't remember my Detroit making that thunking noise when the engine brake went on and off. But that could be the retarder. I think this transmission had a retarder in it as well as the engine has an engine brake. So it could be the combination of the two. I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of what I was worried about when we looked at the map. How it's kind of windy and twisty. Excuse me. I don't know if we're going to make it to the delivery or not, guys. You know, with the time we have left. Yeah, please pull into the way station. Fuck off. Yeah, we might have to actually drive the truck for the last bit here. Wow. That is a really windy, twisty. Kind of wonder, like, is it just, are you just coming down the backside of the mountain, or I guess so. I guess we're just coming down that mountainside. Didn't seem very steep. Maybe they wanted to keep the grade not steep and rather have the switchbacks. Okay. That is definitely too fast. Doubt we're gonna make it. Before we gotta sleep again. Really, dude? Stupid ass. Weird, I just heard the audio cut for a second. I swear I just heard the cooling fan come on a little bit ago. Definitely a distinctive feature of the Detroit. All right, we're starting to get
Reroute.
fade. We're not going to make it. There's no way we can go 130 miles in that condition. If it was like 50 miles or something, I would say we could do it, but we can't. So we might as well just stop here, get the break. All right. Now we get to drive at night again.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
hurry at this point, guys. We're just gonna go the speed limit. Honestly, good advice for being a trucker is just don't be in a hurry. It's not worth it. Rush, 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 rush. Oh, look, a traffic jam. There goes all the energy you spent rushing down the toilet. Just take it easy. Sometimes not easy to do when you're in the moment. But the other possibility is, if the BMI tracker just doesn't work for some reason for me, I just don't, man, it really drives me nuts that I see such great results from other YouTubers. And, it's not that it's a terrible experience, it definitely works, but it doesn't work as smoothly as
Keep left.
I've seen other YouTubers do. And I've got the best camera you can get for the job. So what is it? You know, Processor limitation. It acts like it's not seeing my face correctly, which maybe I need to try a different distance to the, I don't know. Might be the next thing to try would be to move the camera a little farther away. Maybe it's just a little too close. Boy, this is different. It's just going slow in the right lane, relaxing, let everybody go around you. In some ways, it's easier. It's also frustrating, but it's also easier. Especially if you got radar cruise where it just slows down and speeds back up and maintains your set speed. And all you got to do is steer, pretty much.
Keep right.
Delivery is right up here. You can see it on the GPS there.
Keep right. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
See, that intersection has a stop line. Gives you something to aim for at the front of the truck. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Come on. Why is the light red? Fuck. We don't do this shit in Texas. When you go under an underpass, the next light's green when you get to it, so you don't have to stop and wait and go again. They definitely time these better in Texas than most places. The whole intersection is timed so that people in motion can stay in motion. People that just started accelerating can continue to go to go. Logistics. Probably logistics.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Jesus. Should not have turned left there. Let's see where they want us to put it for a 90 XP. Right there. A little tight. Must have bumped that truck. This is what sucks is like you can't really get a good view. I actually don't think I hit that truck. Use all the space. Yeah, that was definitely a tight spot. All right, guys, let's see here. 2,182 miles, 297 gallons of fuel. Wow, we went all the way to the next level. Holy shit. They paid 243,009, almost $244,000. Nice. Got a lot of XP for the urgent delivery. Long distance bonus. So we're still legend status. The next goal is level 100, actually. So we're not going to see any change until we get to level 100. All right. Let's see if there's any. There's no repair shop there. I'd like to kind of way over here. Wouldn't mind, getting back to sort of our home area. Maybe just quick travel there or something. But I think that'll be it for this video. Well, yeah, we're at an hour. I'll start another video. Maybe I'll do another video where we put the this truck back to the 14 liter. Maybe change the gear ratios in it to bigger power but a little taller gear ratio. Get the revs down because the truck will definitely be capable of some speed, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Ken 97 still 171 signing off. You guys have a good one. Be safe out there.